everyone. I'm just going to do a free flow as I'm walking with thoughts on Pluto and Aquarius, because it is coming up. I looked at the dates and Aquarius, and somebody did actually put in the comments, so what is Pluto on Altair? And I looked at constellation of words, which has all the stars, and they don't have the meanings for Pluto on it. But they have, they do go up to Neptune. So it's kind of interesting when they get to the outer planets, what they sort of say. But I would imagine it's some sort of cross between what Saturn on Altair is, mixed with a bit of Neptune. And they're all very sort of occult, supernatural. You know, these are the sort of outer planet themes. So it's not going to be very kind of personal or materialistic. But then I also looked at the meaning of just generally Altair. I mean, I have written a post on the meaning of Altair. So Altair, the myth is basically he is Jupiter's eagle swooping down to pick up Ganymede, who was kind of chosen. He was one of the chosen by Neptune to be one of his water bearers, which is basically like a sexy boy waiter for the gods' parties. So, I mean, really, you know, Neptune was a complete freaking seducer, wasn't he? And yes, you know, the paedophile theme goes into it as well. You know, getting nice young boys. And yes, that was part of the theme, was older men with much younger boys. That's part of Altair. And also unusual sexual practices, perversion as well. That's the negative Altair. So there is good sides to it though as well. But then I read Manus's quote about it, and so I'm at my walk, so I can't remember it word for word. But one of the things that he stressed was, you know, in its negative, you know, it's got great power. But if it's used for perverse ways, which would be, you know, the paedophile side of things. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube anymore, but I'm just going to have to. For those kind of ways, then it brings, you know, destruction and corruption and all that kind of stuff. So it won't be lucky for them, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, we are in a situation where, you know, how is the age of Aquarius going to work out, if there really is an age of Aquarius? I mean, really at the moment, I was thinking, does Pluto into Aquarius signal the age of Aquarius, really? Because in terms of where we are in the fixed stars, the star of the age, we're not there yet anyway. We are somewhere in Pegasus, actually, but we're not, the stars of Aquarius don't come into it yet. But obviously with Pluto, it does activate the Aquarian sort of energy. And then I thought, well, you know, is Pluto about... is Aquarius about globalism, or is it about nationalism? Because that's really what the war is about. I was listening to the Duran yesterday, and they had a guest on, and he was just really good, an American lawyer, and he was going on about the sort of British, the Anglophile side of the US, which is kind of old money, and how it's very deferential towards England still. And, you know, why is it so sort of connected with the whole NATO thing? And yes, you know, white supremacy is the wrong word. It's NATO supremacy. It's West supremacy. You know, that's what it is. It's that kind of, that strain of the aristocracy of Europe, who were all sort of intermingled anyway. I mean, Spain and England, I mean, the royal families were so, you know, Catherine of Aragon, you know, Elizabeth I was that was Anne Boleyn. She was, actually no, she was totally English. But no, the other one, Mary, she was half English, Bloody Mary, half Spanish. And the royal families of Europe all sort of intermingled anyway. So this goes way back, doesn't it, really? And then America has been the sort of, I suppose, the cannon fodder, really, for the supremists and the empire of lies. Some people have called it, and it is. So it does make me, just going back to the whole, like, you know, for the last 10 years, they've been going on and on about how white supremacy is bad and blah, blah, blah. And trying to make just everyday white people feel bad. When, yes, it's bad, but it's not everyday working class populist people who are being the supremacists anyway. It's not them. It's NATO supremacy. It's West supremacy, and it's really showing up now. Like, they are just acting it out themselves so obviously. It makes me mad, because I just think they've been laying this guilt on just average people, the serfs, when it's them so badly them. So yeah, it does exist, the supremacy, but it's only up, you know, at the top. And this small clique of people, oh, sorry, it's really windy now, this small bloody clique of people who, you know, own the media and own they just do, and the pharmaceuticals and all these really important powerhouses are the supremists. And I think they're going down. I think they are going down. And what's making me think this is, like, when you see the rest of the world is not going along with this now, it's only this small deluded clique of supremists, the supremes, so we just call them that, deluded supremists, who think that China and Russia are just going to bow down to them, and so is India, because it used to be theirs, you know, part of the empire, and they're not going along with it. So when you think, hang on, who's on the side of globalism? Only English-speaking countries, really. So they're the supremists. Not everyday English people, just like, you know, not everyday Russian people are going to war either. So that gives me confidence, because they're dying out. They're not a majority anymore, and they weren't before anyway. I mean, this does worry me a bit, because they managed to reign supreme for a very long time, and but I suppose numerically there was more of them then, but now they're dwindling, and they're going insane. That's the thing, and that's what they're doing. They're just going, they're deluded and they're insane, and I don't think they can. I think people are waking up now to not go along with it. I don't think they've got. Maybe it's because they just don't have the cannon fodder anymore. That's probably what it is. So they don't have the white working class patriotic cannon fodder that they used to have. I mean, how can they, be saying all of that is like wrong now, and then suddenly they've realised, we've been telling everyone that nationalism is bad and populism is bad and, white supremacism or whatever that is, all of that is wrong and nationalism is wrong. We got no one to fight our wars now. Bugger. So I think they dug their own bloody grave, haven't they? So then I thought, then I thought, oh no, though, but I don't know. Maybe they don't need physical fighters anymore because now with the whole sort of digital world that they're kind of constructing, that they maybe don't need it because they can control people through the internet now, and do it that way. And I really hope that isn't true. But Aquarius is technology. And that does worry me, actually. And then you've got Uranus in Taurus as well. Uranus in Taurus, which is kind of organic, mixing organic stuff with digital stuff. I don't know. But can I pause this? I just realised I can't pause it. I just have to switch it off. Anyway, So is Aquarius nationalism or is it globalism? Because that's what we're getting into. And I thought, oh no, but it's really, Aquarius does seem to be more globalist than nationalist. It doesn't seem like very tribal, or is it? I don't know, because it is the common people though. And it is regular folk. And just because we've been so brainwashed into this is the dawning of, the age of Aquarius, and it's all like we're all equal and everyone's like, it seems like a sort of communist utopia, doesn't it? The whole kind of age of Aquarius. But then I thought, well, hang on a minute though. I mean, no one's more Aquarius than me. And because I got four, I've got Sun, Moon, Midheaven, Venus and Mars, and in Aquarius, and I'm not like that, although I used to be. But the thing is, I think when Aquarius matures and gets older, the Uranus doesn't, the ruling planet of Uranus seems to just it goes into the background, and Saturn takes over, and you become mature. And Saturn is about responsibility and its traditional things, traditional values maybe. So maybe, after all, Pluto and Aquarius may not be the sort of big utopian kumbaya thing after all. It's only because we've been made to sort of think that's Aquarius, that's the Aquarius energy, and it's all like peace and love and hippie and, everyone's just equal. Maybe it's not that at all, because we've just been kind of conditioned into that. Because I'm not really like that. But the thing is, but I also believe, I'm into populism, which could be Aquarius, couldn't it? Because it's the common man. We're moving from Pisces, which is sort of, I guess, organised religion and Christendom. We've been conditioned to think that though. But also Pisces could be, I suppose, the whole kind of, what's the word? It's like entrancement. It's the whole sort of spiritualist thing, or the New Agey. It's more New Agey than Aquarius, Pisces. And then you've got all the, film, illusion, the illusion side of Pisces as well. And also, I suppose, servants come under Pisces. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it's not as simple as, we've been in Pisces for all this time and it's meant this, and now we're moving into Aquarius and it means that. Because all along there's a spectrum. There's decans, there's the fixed stars in there, and it's weird, when you think of the year of the age of Taurus, and you see documentaries and say, this was like Mithras, and then when that finished, it was Aries, and then it was like the solar gods, and and heroes and stuff, and then it was hang on, I'm getting confused. Anyway, anyway, the point is, I need to look into this a bit deeper, but I just wanted to kind of just say what my plans are going to be. I think for moving towards, what sort of material to put out on YouTube, and I'm just not going to worry anymore about this whole thing. All the people that I watch are still there, and they're not being censored. I think YouTube's kind of calmed down now. I just think it picked some people to make examples of, to make people get scared. But they can't shut down, there's just too many now. And they can't shut down Russell Brand. He's got 5 million followers now. And if he can say what he's saying, who's going to care about me? I mean, I've got, 10,000 followers. It's like really going to make a difference. So they're only going for the big guns, and it's not working anyway, because the majority of the world isn't mental. It's just normal, has just got like families and are, and so yes, the rest of the world believes in families and men and women having children, and and just basically continuing being close to nature and continuing their line and surviving, because all these mental people just aren't gonna be there in 80 years' time, are they? Because they can't reproduce. So it is. So yeah, it's globalism versus nationalism. But globalism can only survive by being artificial. I mean, that's why they love all the artificial stuff. That's why they love virtual worlds, because that's the only way they can survive. They're going to turn themselves all into what? Cybermen? Are they going to turn into Daleks? What are they going to do? And so they've had a good go at trying to get rid of humanity, but I don't think they will. And I mean, if what the pardon me, what was I going to say? Yeah, if the sort of space people, alien people say is true, they're either going to end up like Greys, or it's Pleiadians, and the timelines are all over the shot, so it's all happening at once, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so those are my thoughts, really. But I feel pretty optimistic, because if India and China, with their humongous populations, are they backing Russia? I mean, I know they're just not backing the supremacists in the West. I mean, how dare they think that they can, this is the thing. I mean, all right, America has got land, it's got oil, and it's got its own resources. But Europe's messed up. We haven't got much. We haven't got much space. We're overcrowded. We rely on these bigger places, so we can't be supremacists anymore. And yeah, I suppose that means we would rely on America, I guess, a lot more, which I don't think they want to do. I mean, I don't know what Europe wants to do. It looks like Germany and France may not go along with this anyway, because they know that it will be economic suicide. If they do sanctions, the only people that are going to suffer is them and us. I got my bill, my energy bill, and yeah, we're all getting hit by this. And mine's gone up from, it was £152 a month, and now it's it's 250. But it's gas and electric, so I don't know how bad that is compared to other people, but it is quite a lot for just like a 2-person household. But then I got a whole bloody house to heat, and it's got drafty fireplaces. But anyway, it's not too bad, but that's insane. But for some people, if they've got a high mortgage as well, it's just that's like a mortgage. So it's going to hit people, and I don't think blaming it on Putin is going to be enough, because this was happening before they were warned us about this energy thing before even this war happened anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think I just hope that it's just the narcissistic deludedness that's happening here, that they've completely overestimated themselves, and they think they're so freaking supreme that they can carry on doing what they have been doing for the last 100 years or however long they've been doing it. And maybe now the shit of Pluto is going to hit the fan. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think we just have to... It's all an illusion. It is the Wizard of Oz. It's this little idiot behind a curtain who's going, "Oh, I'm so all-powerful." Whoa, whoa. Yeah, we'll find out, won't we, when Pluto hits Altair. So yes, it's going to be within Orb this time next year, so we've got another year. And then it goes away for a little bit, but then it's exact on Pluto and Altair April 2024. So there you go. So it's 2 years of this war of globalism versus nationalism. They just don't want nations. They don't want the family unit. They don't want people to feel strong with their fellow man. They want to divide and conquer us all. And I don't think it's working. It's not working anymore. No. Because now we realise we're kind of all in the same boat, that there's no golden child. We're all black sheeps, all of us. They play, people have been golden child for a little bit. Certain groups favoured and then not favoured, and no. So I think people are waking up to it now. They've got divide and conquer fatigue, I think. All right then, so I think I'll leave it at that, and look out for my Gen Z video. That's coming out. That's going to be coming out in about 4 days. I think I've scheduled it, and yeah. All right then. So take care. Bye bye.